seemed like it was only yesterday that Antioch was an infant church who was beginning the journey of service. 1959 does not seem that so far back in the past. When you have lived every moment of these 64 years of this church. What the future held for her back then, she did not know. She could not predict nor see the future. But her trust was in the God who called her into existence. And she relied on that God to keep her as she ventured in uncharted times. And God was faithful. Her only desire was that God's will be done. She lived God's will. Nothing more, nothing less. All I want, God, is what you want. And so prayers and faith and trust leaned upon the will of God. And God has brought us to this moment. She has toiled for some 64 years now. There have been some good times, and there have been some bad times. There's been some gain, and there has been some loss. Some success and some failure. But when she looked back over these 64 years, she realized that the good times outweighed the bad times. The gains were greater than the losses. And the success outran the failures. She was grateful. And she said, I refuse to complain. So instead of complaining, she gave God thanks. For in spite of it all, God had been good. God has been gracious. And God has been merciful. Even today, she is not sure what the future or tomorrow will bring. Because only God knows what his tomorrows will look like. She does not know what her tomorrow will be. But she knows the God who holds tomorrow. And she trusts confidently in the care of her God, knowing that her God has kept her these 64 years. And he will keep her in her tomorrows.